Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sorry, that sounds a bit corny, but actually people do join this session from all over the world, so I'm not sure where you are. Just try to give you the appropriate greeting. Thanks so much for joining us for the session today on the Master in Management at ESCP Business School. My name is Jeanne Weckler. I'm in charge of marketing for the program, and I'm located on our Paris campus. Joining me today is Student Ambassador Pietro Brondello, who I don't completely get the Italian pronunciation right, but hopefully you understand. Pietro, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Very good to see you all there and to be here for you. I'm a student of ACP. I've just attended the M1, the first year, and I'm a part of a double degree program with ACP and the Polytechnic of Turin. There is an engineering school in Italy. So thank you so much for being here.
Great. Can you just tell us a little bit about Pietro, what you've done? Why did you, choose to take the double degree with ESCP, and what you've done since you joined us?
Yeah, absolutely. So the double degree program is something more specific and particular than a classical master in Italy, for example. I can obtain both the Master of Engineering from Politecnico, but at the same time also the Master in Management by ACP. It's a path that lasts 3 years. Then I've just done the M1. The next year I'm in Turin again for attending 1 year in the Politecnico, and final and third year I will attend M2 in an external campus, for example in Paris or London, where I would like to go. I've chosen that because I would like something more than a master, and I love ACP by many years. I applied for ACP in a second moment. I've also heard many news about it, and I was very enthusiastic about the program, the fact that you meet different people, the international context, and move yourself in a very different context. And I will choose that for the fact that I can enlarge my knowledge and meet new people and live a more open dimension than just doing a Master of Engineering. So in fact, for this reason, I'm very happy from that. And this year was a part of COVID, the COVID moment. It was a very good moment for my university experience. And so I'm very happy to be choose that.
Great. Okay, thanks so much. So just to let you know, today what we're going to be doing is we have a short presentation that lasts usually 35 minutes or so. During this presentation, of course, there are going to be questions that come to mind. Feel free to pop those into the question box that you should see on the right-hand side of your screen, or perhaps it's a question mark. And Pietro actually is going to be answering these questions as we go. So live from Pietro is going to be answering, and then some of them we will be, additional ones we'll be answering at the end of the session. But please feel free to go ahead and pop those questions into the question box whenever they do come up. This session is being recorded. You'll receive it later today, so no worries on that front. So let me tell you about the Master in Management at ESCP Business School and our world of choices. There are 2 very important things that you need to know, if you don't already, about ESCP Business School, and that is, number 1, we are the world's first business school because we were established in 1819. So we have 200 years of experience in management education. The other most important thing to know about us is that we have 6 campuses located in different cities in Europe. We are located in Berlin, in London, in Madrid, in Paris, in Turin, and Warsaw. These are our own campuses with our own faculty, so we can provide you with a seamless education across those different locations. So whether you take the strategy core course in Berlin, in Madrid, or in Turin, it is the same curriculum, just taught by different faculty. That's quite different from certain universities or schools that have programs that they offer across different locations. More often than not, they're through partner universities, which can be, obviously, there are definite net positives to that. But one thing that is not necessarily possible in that situation is the quality of the education. So here we really have full control of the learnings that are being delivered to you. It all starts here at ESCP Business School because we provide a cross-cultural business education thanks to our locations in different countries. We're providing a global perspective on management issues because we are in Europe. We're located again in 6 different locations in Europe, but we do have students, faculty, and business cases that we are looking at from around the globe. We also have a very strong connection with the business world through our corporate partnerships, those companies that are very active in recruiting our students for both internships and jobs, full-time positions, through our research chairs, but also because we're located in the cities where we are located. So we're actually in the center of the business culture within our different cities. So that makes it really easy for us to visit the companies that we're partners with, for example, and for lots of companies to come and come to our campus. So that provides a very strong connection with the business world. We have 160 full faculty members that also carry out research. We have 800 affiliate and visiting professors. Those are usually faculty who are working professionals who are active in, in management, directors, presidents, vice presidents, what have you, in their different companies that are bringing that knowledge, that field knowledge into the classroom and sharing it with you. We have 65,000 alumni working on every continent in the world, which are a super valuable asset that you will have if you join us at ESCP Business School. These are people that are going to be helping you find a job. These are going to be people who are going to be your suppliers, who are going to be helping you to find suppliers or to find clients in the different countries where you're interested in developing your business. And just for informational purposes, we have 7,100 students who are currently enrolled at ESCP Business School across all programs. And they represent 118 different nationalities. Along with our 200 years of history, we like to say we have a history of excellence. There are several indicators that we use for that, accreditations being one of them. We currently have the accreditation of the AACSB, which is the American University Accrediting Body, and the EFMD, which is the European. We also have EFMD accreditation for our MBA and executive MBA programs. They don't accredit master management programs, otherwise I'm sure we would have that one as well. As far as rankings are concerned, we also do very well. We are currently ranked #2 for our Master in Finance program in the world, #6 for our Master in Management program in the world, and The Economist has ranked the Master in Management #4 in the world. All of that is very good news for you if you join us, because that helps with the recognition of the program as far as employers are concerned. So who is the Master in Management for, or the MIM? It is for students with a previous degree in any discipline. As Pietro showed, we have students coming from engineering, lots of actually students coming from engineering. You don't need any previous business or management studies to join us. You also don't need any previous work experience. We will be providing or making sure you get work experience during your time at ESCP in our Master in Management. However, people who are joining us directly in the master cycle, on average, have a year and a half of business experience, just for your information. We do, however, require that our students be internationally minded and academically excellent. In a nutshell, the Master Management in a glance it's a general management program. So we're covering all of the basic things that you need to know about the functioning of a company, with 2 specializations. So you're going to really be able to take a deeper dive into 2 different areas of business or of a particular discipline. We currently have 58 specializations on offer and 140 electives to choose from. Actually, I need to update this slide because somebody told me yesterday we currently have 400 electives to choose from. So my data is a little bit off in that case. But so the bottom line is that we do have a world of choices for you. The program actually can be 2 or 3 years of study. You can either start in the pre-master year, what we call the pre-master year, which is sort of the equivalent of the 3rd year of a European bachelor degree, or directly in the master cycle, which in which case you would be 2 years of study. If you study with us for 2 years, then you can study in up to 4 different countries, so you could change locations each semester. For the 3 years of study, you would be able to study in up to 5 different countries. You will be undertaking internships during the course of your program in various fields. You can choose which fields that you would like to carry out internships in. These will help you build your career path. And you will have to have a total of 9 months of internships to graduate. Most of our students have more. You also, believe it or not, will be able to obtain up to 5 different degrees without leaving the ESCP campuses, and I'll explain how that works in a bit. But mostly what you will be doing while you're with us, because of our locations and because of the students that we're gathering from around the world, as well as the faculty from around the world, you'll be building your cultural intelligence with the 1,000 students from around the world who make up your Master in Management class. Okay, I have a little survey, a little audience participation that I would like you to do, just to give us an idea of where you are joining us from. Which region of the world are you from? I am going to launch that poll so that you can answer and we can find out where everyone is from. Okay, thank you so much for playing. I see 86% have participated so far in the survey. Waiting for a few more people to join in. Okay, 5 more seconds. It's a pretty simple question. Okay, great. Let me share the answers with everyone. So today at this session, we have students joining us from 48% from Europe, 40% from Asia, 10% from Africa, 2% from North America, and 2% from South America. That's really interesting because it mirrors fairly closely the diversity of students that join us in a MIM batch. Okay, so we have currently in an average MIM batch, so it varies from year to year, but in an average MIM batch we have, or a MIM class, we have 78% of our students are coming from European countries. Sorry, you can hear that I'm in France by that siren that's going by. So 78% of our students who come from European countries and 22% from the rest of the world. Currently, France is representing 47%, Italy 20%, Germany 7%. Asia is 9% of our population. This is actually growing, not quite, doesn't quite match the population of Asian students joining us today, but it is a growing population. Africa is 7%, so actually fairly similar. We have 10% of students joining us from Africa today. We were well represented, well represented in our class, as well as the Americas and the Middle East. So what happens to our students when they graduate? The good news is if you join the Master in Management at ESCP Business School, you have a 99% chance of landing a job within 3 months of graduation. 67% of our students are actually employed before graduation. This is largely due to the internship structure that we have in place. In a lot of cases, in most, not in most perhaps, but in a lot of cases, the internship that students take right after they're finished with their second year of studies or third year of studies, as the case may be, is like a how do you say it in English? A pre-hiring. That's not a nice way to say it, but you know what I mean. A pre-hiring situation where basically it's a trial period before you're fully hired. So students are actually hired before they graduate. 42% of our students are working outside of their home country, which really is a proof that we're providing a truly international education that allows our students to adapt to situations in different countries. Currently, the starting salary for students graduating from the ESCP Master in Management is just under 55,000 euros per year. Because we're offering a general management education, we have students working in all different industry sectors and all different job functions. There are a few that come out that stand out from the crowd, and those are, as far as the industry sectors are concerned, consulting, finance, and technology. Those are the top 3. But then fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG, luxury goods, agribusiness, and energy all play a role in the overall industry sectors that our students are working in. Job functions similarly are quite varied because of the general management approach that we take to the learnings in the program. Excuse me, 4 actually stand out from the crowd. Well, 2 really stand out from the crowd, and that is 32% of our students go become consultants, which makes sense because consulting is the biggest industry sector. 16% working in finance, 9% working in marketing and or business development. 6% actually work in the C-suite. If you're not familiar with that term, C-suite is for CEO, CFO, CMO, CIO, so the top directors in a business, in a company. Those people obviously are not working for the Fortune 500 or the CAC 40, what have you, or the FTSE, I don't know the number that goes behind that, sorry. Those are people who are either starting their own company or joining startups. We have companies, as I mentioned, partner companies coming and hiring our students. These are our top employers currently. You can see that they're representing the main industries where our students are working. So consulting, finance, marketing. We have a lot of high tech or tech companies in this group. You can see that they are companies that are pretty much global and representing different industries founded in different countries. One company you may not know in this group that I'm showing here is a little red logo in the center, and that's Rocket Internet. Rocket Internet is actually an ESCP startup that was founded 8 years ago, I believe, in Berlin, and who's gotten so big that they actually are one of our top employers. So again, the value of that alumni network and the network that you're going to build at ESCP. I have a second question to make sure that you are still with me. Now, I would like to know where you are currently in your management studies. If you could let me know, the choices being you haven't decided on the topic you want to study in, you want to study. Yeah, okay. You have decided to study business or management. You have started or submitted an application to ESCP, or you have started submitted an application to another business school. Be great if you could let me know. That'll help me change or adapt my presentation for the rest of the time appropriately. Okay, great. Thanks so much for participating. I see we have 90%. Great. Give you a couple more seconds. Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much. I'm closing the poll. Last chance. Okay, and here we go. So most of you have decided you want to study business, 70%. 39% of you are have already submitted an application to ESCP. Thank you very much. Fingers crossed for you. 20% have started or submitted an application to another business school. 7% you're not really sure what you're going to study, whether it be business or whatever. Hopefully I can help you with that today. And 4% other. So thanks so much for letting me know where you are with this, and also for sharing with your fellow attendees today as to where they reside compared to the rest of the people. Okay, so back to, let's see, yes. So the ESCP Master in Management offers a world of choices. I've said that before. One of the many sets of choices is how long you would like to study business. We offer the possibility of studying 2 or 3 years. If you would like to study for 3 years, typically these are people who do not have previous business studies. These are people who want to get the degree from Italy, which I'll explain a little further. This is the only way you can get the Italian degree. And these are people who want to make sure that they really have a good base of business understanding before they start the master course. It's optional. Even if you don't have previous business studies, you do not have to take the pre-master year. It's really up to you. We have it on offer. We have about 100 students each year who take this option. I'm talking about non-French prépa students. If there are any of you out there, I didn't check to see if there are any of you listening today, but the French prépa is it's a different, it's not part of today's discussion. So we have about 100 students joining us in the pre-master year every year who, yeah, for those reasons, either they want to make sure they have a good business knowledge, or because they want to get the Italian degree, they decide to take the 3-year course. In any case, you will get all of the business knowledge you need normally from the 2 years of the master cycle. As you can see, you're going to be studying core courses, which are marketing, which strategy, human resources, finance, accounting, statistics. I'm missing a couple, but I think you get the general idea. Supply chain, operations, so that you have a holistic view or a helicopter view of how a company works. You're also going to be studying languages, because that's such an important skill to have today in order to be effective in international business. Obviously, everyone who joins the Master in Management is fluent in English and has at least one other language, perhaps not fluent, but at a fairly high level. And our objective is to try and get everyone to speak 3 languages before they graduate. In any case, yeah, core courses and languages are part of the basic curriculum at ESCP. We also provide specializations. Your specializations are going to be a really important part of your curriculum. As you can see, they will take at least 3 semesters, well, at least 2 semesters of your curriculum. You have to take 2 minimum specializations. Here I'm showing 3 because that's an option in 3 different semesters. You also will be taking thematic seminars on digital transformation, on the functioning of the European Union, on leadership and soft skills, and then a business strategy simulation. And finally, you will be writing a master thesis. The choices that you have in study location and language are also quite great. You can take the whole course in English, it's not a problem, but if you do prefer, you can also study in French, Spanish, and German, as you can see on this chart, depending on the semester and the specialization that you take when it comes to any studies after semester 2. You can also decide which campus you would like to study at. You can study in as many as 5 different locations if you take the pre-master year, as many as 4 different locations if you take only the master cycle. So that means you can study, you can change locations every semester if you'd like. But you must study at a minimum of 2 different campuses. So we don't want you to join ESCP Business School with our cross-cultural education and only study in 1 location. In fact, that's not possible. You have to study in a minimum of 2 different locations, and we will not allow you basically to take more than 2 semesters in any 1 campus. The ideal curriculum for us is a full year in 2 different locations, but there are students who take 4 different locations. That's just their choice. It's absolutely, you know, for certain people's situations, it's absolutely the right choice. But in any case, know that you do have that choice as to where you can study and in which language. The Designing Europe Learning Expedition, as I mentioned, is one of the seminars. It is a highlight of the curriculum at ESCP. In normal times, students from all campuses travel together and meet in Brussels to carry out this 2-day seminar in the actual European Parliament. You're seeing the photos that you're seeing here actually are our students in the hemicycle of the European Parliament. This past year, unfortunately, because of, as you can imagine, the health situation and the pandemic, we were unable to travel to Brussels. So the seminar, we did carry out the seminar, but we did so online. We had some pretty impressive speakers this year. In fact, perhaps Pietro, if you're with us, I saw that you turned your camera off. I don't know if you can hear me. Pietro, if you're still with me, I would love you to tell us. Okay, I can hear you, but I can't see you. There you are. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, could you tell us, I know you had a very important role that you played in the negotiation simulation at Designing Europe. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It was something particular because it was online, as you probably imagine, by the COVID situation. I think it was a fantastic experience if it was on site, but also online it was very something strong and impactful, very something strange, because I think you can find something like that in other university, and I saw it as a very good opportunity. In my case, I took a specific role as president of a political group. I work with many of my mates and classmates for 2 months in order to create a political contribution that I've also explained and showed to all the students in the days of the seminar. And it was a very good experience by a political side to see how the Europe works and generally how politicians live its life. But at the same time, it was also good to improve the knowledge in terms of soft skills, in terms of organization, in terms also of collaboration with others. And in my case, for example, I manage a team of about 60 people in order to produce this type of contribution. We work, for example, on a specific task that was strictly related to the biodiversity strategy for Europe. And so it was also nice to see these kind of topics treated by Europe at the same time, and also learn something more a part of business, but also in something to the social, something to the political, and something to the, for example, environmental aspect. That is something really important for nowadays, and also something that ESCP focus very much its attention on that, and also to make students aware about this kind of topic. So it was also a little bit stressful by the organization, by the fact that it was online, but it was as all the type of things that you do at the moment by this type of situation. But it was a very great experience also to interact online, but interact with many other people and see how ESCP also works in general and with other campus. So I also suggest, in case you will you like politics, for example, or political aspect, I also suggest you to take a role, take some responsibility, put yourself in this kind of challenge, because it's something that you will remember. For example, in my case, I will absolutely remember for the next years as an experience in ESCP.
Great. One thing that also happens at this session is that we have speakers come in who are part of the European Parliament or the European Commission, or we had the Secretary of State of Biodiversity from France who was there. We had Franz Timmermans, who is, I forget his exact title in the European Commission, but he's in charge of the Green New Deal and the biodiversity package. And that was the topic, the main topic of negotiation this year, correct? Was the Green New Deal?
Yeah. It was something that also, it was important. It was strong by the fact that also we see and we interact with people with this kind of work position. It was very nice, and at the same time a little bit exciting to be here in front of that.
Great. Okay, thanks so much.
I'm here, but I just let you know, let you talk, so I just mute and also off my webcam, but I'm here.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, another set of choices that you have when you join ESCP is the degree that you would like to offer. So my next survey is, would you like to earn a dual degree? And your choices are, yes, as long as my study workload is manageable, maybe, I'm not sure what a dual degree entails, or no, I'm not interested in that. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. We're at 85%. Let's see if we can get a few more people to join in. Okay, great. So much is going on in this poll. Great. Give you 2 more seconds to answer. Okay, looks like we've leveled off. I'm closing the poll. 3, 2, 1. So what do people have to say? Yes, as long as my study workload is manageable, 56% of you, that's great. 33% maybe. I'm not sure what a dual degree entails. Fair play. That's what we're here for, so we're going to tell you about that right now. And 11% are not interested. Also, fair enough. I don't know the exact percentage, but something like 20% of our students do not elect to take a dual degree. So absolutely is not mandatory, but certainly an option that you should at least consider, take a look at. So there are several ways to attain several degrees at ESCP Business School. One of them is without even leaving ESCP. And those are degrees that we are able to deliver either on our own, because we have recognition from the local Ministry of Education, or through a partner school. but you actually only, you can, it's by, okay, why am I having a hard time with this? If, for example, in your specialization in your second year, you'd choose a specialization in London. That gives you the opportunity to get the degree from the United Kingdom called the European MSc, which is actually delivered by City University of London, but you're going to be studying at the ESCP campus. Everyone who takes the ESCP Master in Management gets the French École d'École degree, regardless of whether you study in Paris. But if, in addition, you make it known that you want to attain a dual degree with one of our other campuses, I say that because it's something that administratively is important. It's actually when you first join, you're going to be asked the question if you would like to attain a dual degree, and you have to say yes. If you do tell us you want to do that and then you go and study on one of our other campuses, you are eligible to receive the degree from our different campuses. So if you start in the pre-master year, you can get the one from Italy. That's the only way you can get the degree from Italy. If you, and for the others, if you just take a semester on one of our other campuses, you can get the degree from that local country, except for Poland. Poland, it needs to, would need to spend 2 semesters. But in any case, certainly the opportunity is great for you to receive, a lot of our students receive 3 different degrees, just without leaving ESCP campuses. The most common one is France, the UK, and Germany, although a lot of people get the Spanish degree as well, and a lot of people get the Italian degree. Anyway, it's a great opportunity. It's good for you if, firstly, because it looks good on your CV, on your LinkedIn, to have several degrees. And also if for certain countries they want to know, and certain employers, they want to know that the local, that the degree is recognized locally. It doesn't matter if it's an MSc or a master, not accredited, label, I guess is the name. They want to know that if their Ministry of Education has approved it. So is very valuable and is quite unique. I don't know of any other school that offers this opportunity. But in addition to the dual degrees that we offer by studying in our campuses, you also can opt for a dual degree with a partner school, a dual or a double degree with a partner school. So the dual degrees that we offer are with in business. That's why it's a dual degree and not a double degree, where you will go and study at a partner school where we have actually 40 dual degree partners around the world, covering basically, yeah, around the world. So China, Japan, Korea.
Sorry, you are showing also the survey yet, not the slide, just to know you.
Oh, shoot. Thank you so much for letting me know. Let's see. How can I go back to that? I thought I stopped. There we go. How's that? Sorry about that. So you didn't see my previous slide. Oh, well.
No, it's fine.
I'm going to go back just because it is really descriptive. So this is just what I was showing when I was talking about getting the degrees, getting a degree from one of our campuses. This just shows the degree, the name of the degree that you would get. There's another siren, lots going on in Paris today. The name of the degree that you would get depending on the campus that you study in, and or the partner school that you would be getting the degree from. Okay, so I was speaking more again now towards other degrees that you can get, such as Pietro. He's getting a double degree from an engineering school, Politecnico di Torino. We offer that as well as with engineering schools in France. There are 4 or 5 different engineering schools in France. We have a partnership with a school that is specialized in fashion and luxury, another one specialized in hospitality. one in art management, that's Sotheby's in New York. One that hasn't made it to the slide yet, which is the a school specialized in journalism, that's in France, the CFJ. So lots and lots of opportunities for you to get not only the Master in Management degree from ESCP, but also another degree. Other than the degrees, you have your choice of specializations. We have, as I said, 58 specializations spread across all of our campuses. And those are either function related, so if you want, you know, to go finance or marketing or whatever, or industry related. Here, I'm showing just a few examples of the kind of specializations that we have on offer. You can see that some of them are very representative of the expertise of that country or of our campus. So for example, in Berlin, on the Berlin campus, we're offering sustainability as a specialization. In London, we're offering banking and finance as a specialization. In Turin, food and beverage management, food and beverage being a very, very important industry there. So you can choose the specialization. We generally recommend that you choose the specialization before you choose the campus, but you may decide to choose the campus first because you want to improve your language skills, for example, in that particular country. Which reminds me, Pietro, you told me that when you come back to do your second master year, your M2 at ESCP, after the year that you're going to take back at Politecnico, you might want to study in Paris. And why are you thinking that? Is it for language reasons, or is it for specializations, or?
It's in order to see as much thing as possible, as also by the previous, as previously I told you. I think Paris is a very good city. I also love London, absolutely. But Paris is the city where the school born, and also is the main campus. Also in terms of specialization, I think there is a very good and large offers. So I think I will join Paris for both semesters, but I have two choices already. In order to get maybe two kind of specialization, maybe different, and then maybe that can help me in order to find my way also to my job career, and also enlarge my knowledge in terms, for example, of sustainability for one side, and for the other one, consulting. And also by the fact that the stay in Paris 1 year could help me to also improve my French, that is in a medium, start medium level. I hope to be in a medium high at the end of my experience in ACP.
Okay, great. So as professional experience is concerned, you are going to be ready to jump into the job market with 9 months minimum of professional experience by the time you graduate. These internships that you will be carrying out, in most cases they're internships, they have to be at least 2 months long, and they can take place anywhere in the world that you'd like. We used to make it mandatory to take internships in 2 different countries, but we dropped that that requirement when we actually redesigned the program a year and a half ago, and we increased the mobility of our students traveling to different campuses to take different specializations. So anyway, that's not a requirement anymore, but we do recommend that students carry out internships in different locations. If you have previous job experience, we can give you credit for up to 16 weeks of it, so that you don't have the full load that you have to complete before you graduate. We offer the opportunity to take either a gap semester or a gap year. Usually these are used to carry out internships, so 95 or 98% of the time. This time is used to carry out internships. Then having the extended period of time gives you really the opportunity to explore different disciplines such as marketing, consulting, or finance. If you're not really sure what you'd like to go into, the kind of job function that you'd like to have, the type of industry, that really is a great opportunity for you if you take a gap semester or a gap year and try a few different options. As far as professional experience is concerned as well, we have a career service that offers quite a bit of support. We have actually 12,000 internship offers are received at ESCP every year for our students. We provide boot camps, we provide career fairs, we provide company presentations on site or online. Our career service team offers CV and LinkedIn profile development, mock interviews, everything we can to help you not only to land the job that you would like, but also to build your career plan, to help you determine from the day you enter ESCP till the day when you're finished, what direction you do want to take with your career, at least when you start out. Pietro, is there anything that you can tell us about your experience with the career service and the type of support they were able to offer you?
Yeah, absolutely. In this first year of master as M1, in the first stage, I attend class in order to improve my, for example, LinkedIn profile, to write a correct CV, and also to make a correct interview in case of recruitment. I've also learned the word of internship and company, how they works in general. Then in the month we had a lot of contribution and webinar for external companies that told to us in order to improve also our knowledge about the world out of a university. Then in February I attended career fair for Turin campus, obviously online, where there were many companies that show us how they work, the possibility to join them, the recruitment process, and so also we also present ourselves to some of them in order to maybe have a position. Then, for example, in my case, from February and January, but February in a better way, I've started to apply to many companies in order to find an internship, and also thanks to a website of ESCP that it's called Job Teaser, and also with the support of the career service of, for example, my campus that was Turin, I received many mails of job proposal, and I sent many mails and CV to companies, and with rounds, I found an internship that I'm currently doing in a company. It's a sort of boutique of consulting in the innovation topic for industries, startups, and corporate in general, and in Milan. And so I also started that, and I'm currently doing that then at the moment until the end of July for the 3 months, and this is the first internship that I'm doing.
Great. You mentioned that you went to the careers fair in Turin. I did want to mention also that we have careers fairs across all of our different campuses.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There were also in Berlin, I know, also in London, absolutely. Madrid and Paris is one of the main ones. So you have many possibility to attend different career fair, also depending by maybe the state, the country that you would like to join and live or work. So ESCP, it's a very powerful tool to and offer to you many possibility to join different companies, and absolutely in French. There is a sort of favorite way to go, because ESCP is very strong. It's very recognized in France. So also if you apply for French company, they absolutely will get you in consideration.
Yeah, and French companies, no matter where they are in the world, but that's interesting. They do know us very well, but so do the big. I mean, Lavazza knows us, and Gosh, that's the only one I'm coming up with right now. Fiat, or the big Italian brands, they know us as well. At least they're starting to get to know us well. That's true with the main companies in all of our countries, but it's true that in France, because we, as you said, we were founded here, and we've been well known here for a long time. We are pretty visible among business schools. In any case, I realize that I'm talking a little bit too much this time, and I'm sorry, I'm taking up perhaps a bit more time than planned. Wanted to get to some hard data to share with you now, and that is concerning fees and scholarships. Per year, currently for the September 2021 intake, the tuition fees are 18,250 for EU citizens and 21,850 euros for non-EU citizens. We do offer scholarships, two different types. For non-EU citizens, we offer them based on merit, and those can range anywhere from 25 to 100% of the first year tuition fees. You do not have to apply for those merit scholarships. Those are awarded upon admission. We also offer need-based scholarships, but this is only to EU citizens, and that can run those can run anywhere from 10 to 80% of the first year's tuition fees, renewable in the second year. I always like to encourage students to look for scholarship monies out there, because there are monies out there that are not spent every year. Look in your home country, look in the countries that you're going to be studying in. Also, there are like European-wide organizations. There are organizations that are giving funding to students who are going into a specific business sector. Just go ahead and do a lot of surfing, see what you can find. Here I'm showing just some examples of basically portals where you can find different information on scholarships.
Yeah, to support that also, for example, during campus offer a particular agreement with a bank that called Banca Sella to have a particular loan to support your study. So there are absolutely many ways to obtain maybe external monies to support your university careers. So don't worry about also the money.
True, yeah. And each of our campuses, let's see, how does it work? If you're going to study on our different campuses, you can, we have different schemes, as you mentioned, Pietro. In Turin, there is a special agreement with the bank. There are also special agreements with banks in Paris. These are more for loans, however, rather than scholarships. Our Berlin campus has negotiated a specific deal with an organization called Brain Capital. Yeah, just ask us and we'll help you as much as we can to find sources. The admissions process for our different are organized by year of entry, as well as where you carried out your previous studies. So if you want to enter into pre-master year and you have carried out your previous studies outside of France, the process is actually closed for September for the next intake. But should you be interested for September 2022, the process is an online application. In any case, all of our applications are online. We want to see an English test, which can be the IELTS, the TOEFL, the TOEIC, or the Cambridge. We want to see your university transcripts. We want to see your university diploma, or if you haven't finished, which is most often the case, a certificate of enrollment, your high school diploma, as well as a CV. If we like what we see, then we're going to ask you to step 2, which is to sit a verbal and mathematical aptitude test, which is called SHL, as well as a motivational interview. For students entering the master program, again, it's split up by where you did your previous studies. For students with previous studies outside of France, we have 2 possibilities. One of which is the International Direct Admissions, which is a direct application to ESCP. And the other is Join a School in France, which is where you're applying to a consortium of 5 different business schools. The requirements for the two are almost exactly the same. In that they both require a standardized management test for which we have no minimum score. So we do not have a minimum GMAT score. We don't have a minimum GRE score. We don't have a minimum Taj-Maj, CAT, etc. We look at the entire application. So we're not looking at one particular aspect of it. So we do not have a minimum GMAT score. I'm sure that people have already asked this question in the question box, but that's okay. It's a fairly common question, but we don't have a minimum, just know that. You also need to admit the language test, TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, or Cambridge. University transcript, same, the university diploma or certificate of enrollment. In the case of applying to ESCP directly, so international direct admissions, we want to see a personal statement. So your motivation letter is another way to put it, as well as your CV. For join a school in France, we want to see 2 academic references. And if we like what we see, then we will invite you again to sit a motivational interview in normal times when everything isn't online. The interview with the international direct admissions process is either in person or by Skype. Oh gosh, we still say Skype, which is crazy. Nobody uses Skype anymore, do they? Let's say online. And with the Join a School in France, it's a motivational interview in person. If you still want to apply for the 2021 intake, hurry up, but it's still possible. You have until 11 May, so what is that, 7 days? You have a week left to apply through the international direct admissions. And you have until June 4th, so a little bit longer to apply through the Join a School in France. We have no preference as to which admissions path you take. It's absolutely up to you, whichever is more convenient. There is one difference, another difference, and that is we also allow another test, a standardized management test for the international direct admissions path. That's called the ESCP test, or again, SHL. When you apply, if you are applying to the Berlin, London, Madrid, or Turin campus, so not if you have to apply through the Paris campus. If you're applying to Berlin, London, Madrid, or Turin, then you can request to take the SHL test, which will be administered once you have submitted your application. And that actually is also free of charge for you. We don't have any charge for that SHL test. For admissions for students with previous studies in France, these applications are closed for the intake of September, but it's the same requirements in terms of the online application as the previous admissions paths. For students who've been selected to go to step two, it's a bit different. We're going to give you an oral English test. We're going to give you an oral test and a second language, and we're going to conduct a motivational interview. Okay, so hopefully after all of this, you will go away with 3 main points. The benefits of studying at ESCP and our Master in Management are that you're going to learn how to think critically about business management and ethical issues with a socially responsible approach. You're going to build and enhance your career plans through specialized course options and in-company work experience. And you're going to strengthen your ability to live and work in a highly multicultural and international environment. Those are going to make you very adaptable, which is a key characteristic that employers are looking for today. With the ongoing changes in the business world, in society as a whole, adaptability is a very, very valuable skill to have. And hopefully, during the course of your time with us, you will be creating a network of friends for life. So thank you so much for listening to us up until this point. Now I will go to the questions and let's see how we're doing here with the answers. It looks like, let's see,
Yeah,
Pietro,
there are.
I'm
Yeah,
not
sorry.
seeing your answers in the box. Were you answering the questions as we were going?
I saw the question. I'm seeing.
Okay, sorry, we had a misunderstanding.
I have
Okay.
it. I have it. I have it. If you would like, I can maybe just start to some of that, and so maybe I will maybe touch some other points that are helpful for the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
go ahead.
yeah. Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. As you listen, guys, this was the presentation of ESCP, but absolutely there are several questions that absolutely are clear because it's a complex word and there are several tasks and several things that maybe you have learned today or you know previously. So I will start, for example, by the first one. It was made by Shloka Sajde. Sorry for the pronunciation. The question is, what are the long-term job opportunities arising out of MIM in London? I'm not part of London campus, but I can answer you. London is a city specifically related to a finance world and finance part. So if you will join London campus, for example, you will join London as well, you will have many possibility, and maybe there are very difficult, but you have many possibility to join this kind of sector. So financial one, M&A, investment banking, absolutely. Be aware about the difficulty because it's very difficult to enjoy this kind of company and banks, but the word is something like that. It's very different, for example, from Turing, where it's not financial one, but it's more related to, for example, marketing, company, industry, also in terms of, for example, the production side. Then we have another question about Rishi Noel. Will having any year gaps affect admits having a good GMAT score as well as good extracurriculars? Maybe this kind of question is more specific. Maybe Jeanne, you can help me to answer.
Okay, now I'm just reading the question again. Having a gap year absolutely is not a problem. I mean, certainly if you've been spending, if you spent that year doing something that that you can explain why you did it and how you learned from it, that's absolutely not a problem. We're looking for diversity in our student population, so we don't want everybody to have carried out the exact same academic experience nor life experience, certainly. So that's absolutely not a problem. Having a good GMAT score, as I said, yeah, you need a good GMAT score. We don't have a minimum. It doesn't have to be a great GMAT score. You may want to take a look at a blog article written by one of our student ambassadors on the GMAT, her GMAT experience. At the end of the day, even though she had planned on spending lots of time preparing for the GMAT, she only had, at the end of the day, 3 weeks, but she still pulled off a 620, which was enough to get her in because the rest of her application was so strong. So take a look at the MIM blog, escpmim.blog, and read that article to get a good lesson on GMAT. And good extracurriculars, yeah, we want to see that you're interested, you have interests other than studying. We don't have any specific things that we're looking for. I mean, we're not necessarily looking for people who are helping, out in the society. But we do like to see that you're doing things and what you are learning from it, or taking from it. Okay, back to you, Pietro.
Yes.
Do you want to take the next one?
Yeah, I can go ahead. So we have particular question maybe from my side from Mac Chapman. I've been accepted to the university. just to see if it's the correct. Okay, I've been accepted to University of South Carolina double degree program, which allowed me to get a Master's of International Business from University and MIM from ACP. Can you talk a bit more about the partnership degree program like the one I mentioned? Absolutely. So and your kind of program is similar to mine. Mine is specific because in Italy there is a different university legislation, so I have to study 1 year more to obtain the degree also of Politecnico because it's a particular context. Italy is something different to the, for example, European university or world university. But as also mentioned before, ACP is offered to you the dual degree that are with the university of the city where you will go, depending on the campus, and this is one side. Then there are the double degree program, as you, for example, as mine, with a specific university, very important. For example, yours, also Politecnico is a good name in Italy by engineering school. They are something not so external, but as you have to imagine that you are currently attended the two university separated. So you are a student as ACP, but also you are a student as, for example, your case of University of South Carolina. I don't know if it's mandatory for you, but I have to attend 1 year more to obtain also the degree of Polytechnic of Turin, where, for example, I have to study engineering subjects despite just the management one that I'm currently studying to ACP. And by the end of the double degree program are something that allows you to obtain in one moment two type of master degree. So it's very powerful tool. It's a very powerful path, I think. Also by the fact that if you choose, for example, to work in America, you will also offer your CV and your profile to companies with a degree from USA. For example, in my case, if I would like to work in Italy, I have also part of the master in management that allow me to work in an external European context or outside Italy. With this double degree program, I can also show my profile to maybe Italian company that maybe are more confidential to a university as Polytechnic of Turin despite ACP, and also I have maybe something more possibility to have a work in my country. So it's a double degree are something that absolutely enrich your CV and also prepare your profile to very different context, but also to reach a high level position. So this is my also vision. But the structure is the same. You have to attend semesters, 1 or 2 in this partner university, attend the ACP, and with also the process the ACP will tell you to do by the application, by the documents, you will get two kind of degree. Is also a little bit stressful because you have to move around, in your case, the world, but it's also something very particular that is just maybe from ACP and not many other university in the world. So you will have something unique also to say to others and to company. This is also my little point of view. So I'm also I also appreciate people who are doing double degree as me, because I really trust in this kind of program. So
I just want to add something quickly, Pietro, and that's just from a practical point of view. Is that it is the dual degree or double degree programs with a partner. It is a two-step application. So firstly, you have to be admitted to your home school. Yeah. So in Pietro's case, it's Politecnico di Torino, and Mac Chapman's case, it's USC, University of Southern Carolina, or it's for one of us students who's first been admitted to ESCP. Then you apply to your dual degree partner. So it actually, there are 2 applications. Yeah. You know, it's not automatic, obviously, that you get admitted to the second school.
Yeah, absolutely correct. So can I go ahead?
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the other one is okay. Okay, hi, I apologize for interrupting. I'm curious to hear how and when the double degree option fit into the timeline. Thank you. As Jeanne also mentioned, if you do a double degree with your current university, there are steps that you have to observe in terms of deadline of your university and University of ESCP. But all it's when you apply, all it's written, but all when you start, all is written from your university. So in my case, Politecnico give me all instruction. By the other part, if you would like to go to do a double degree program with ACP with another one, I think the timeline are you have to make the request, I think, correct me, Jeanne, before January, in order to get the result and also go ahead with this process.
If you're an ESCP student and you want a dual degree, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Ish.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have talked a lot about the word of double degree program. I hope that all is fine with that. If also I have to tell you another thing, guys, that if some of you would like, or all of you would like to know something more about my case experience, or also some other insights, just contact me on LinkedIn or by email. It's very easy. We can have a call. We can. It's not a problem. So we can speak also a part of the seminar, just to know you. Then a question from El Rich Miranda: is the semester location assigned on a first come first serve basis or in another way? Jeanne, maybe you know something more. You would like to answer?
Yeah, it is a first come first serve basis. So that's one of the reasons, one of the many reasons why we apply students to apply early. Right now we're approaching the fourth round. Well, we're approaching the fourth round of applications, and there are a couple of campuses are going to be full already. So the choices are becoming more limited. Actually, there was a question that maybe you didn't see, Pietro, that you skipped from Riyadh, who was asking about doing the Master in Management in alternation. That would be.
Sure.
No, it's okay. That happens. That is, we call that as an apprenticeship program. Yes, that is on offer at ESCP. Something important to know is that it's not available to everyone. You have to be an EU national in order to be qualified to apply for the apprenticeship program. You also have to be fluent in French, because the apprenticeships that are being carried out are within French companies. It's basically the French government is paying for it, and it's within French companies, so you have to speak fluent French. But if you speak fluent French and you're an EU national and you would like to take an apprenticeship, it's something that you would apply for once you are admitted. Actually, it's you first start getting information about it, the detailed information in September once you've started. And it's a really interesting scheme because you're working and you're studying at the same time. So you're alternating in between working in the company and going to class. You have the same academic requirements as all students, so it's super intensive. All the coursework is super intensive, crammed into a short period of time. And you're also getting paid. You're getting paid a small salary for carrying out the internship while the company is paying your tuition. So financially, it's definitely a very good opportunity. So if you can do it, definitely apply. If you meet the eligibility requirements, then I would definitely highly recommend that you apply. Sorry, back to you, Pietro.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Jeanne. So we can go to the question of Baptiste Begel. Can you pick specialization courses from two sections like consulting and digital, for example, or do the two specialization have to be within the same section? Absolutely, you are free to choose everything that you would like. In my case, for example, I would like to do for M2 a specialization in consulting, but also in sustainability. You can do marketing and entrepreneurship. You can do everything you want. Also, by choice, choose similar one. So entrepreneurship for the first and the second one, second semester and the second, or something near to that. Or also you can change. So it's very free. And also ECP give to you the possibility to have a free track for the second semester of M2. So you have just to choose some specific courses, not specialization courses, and subjects that you will attend and frequent because you like it. You like it. So it's a very large range of opportunity and very flexible. Maybe this is for you, Jeanne, because hello, madam, thank you for your presentation. My question is about apprenticeship. Is it possible to do an apprenticeship if I'm not a EU student Ivorian? If yes, how ACP supports its students for this?
Yeah, I actually just addressed this question in apprenticeships. Unfortunately, David, are only available to EU nationals because, again, it's funded by the French government, so they want to only be funding people who are part of the EU. So, yeah, you're not eligible, unfortunately. Unless you come and move here and live here for a couple of years and then you have the permanent residency status, but I mean, yes, that could be an option to look at.
Okay, so we can go to the other one. Is from Muna Ral. I started my application and wanted to know if I should mention why 1 week stays abroad or the stay should be a little bit longer to be mentioned. If it was a good experience from you, you can absolutely mention it. It's not a problem. If it's something relevant, feel free to see it, to write it. I think it's not a problem. Also, if it's just 1 week. Then there is a question from Alice Olive. Do you provide any courses, degrees, or partnership related to fashion? Yes, I think in M2 you have, as mentioned, with the specialization, absolutely in Paris, I think, or London, there is something related to luxury, fashion, something like that. I think there is some specialization related to that. There are obviously. Yeah, sorry.
It's actually a dual degree. It's a double degree in fashion and luxury management, and the double degree is with the IFM or the Institut Français de la Mode.
Okay, so there is the possibility. Also, so courses, degrees, and partnership, yes. So there is specialization, but also a double degree, as Jeanne said to you now, with this kind of university. So yes, you have the possibility.
There's no specialization that I'm aware of.
Okay, no luxury, something like that? No. No. Okay, I was confused about it. Okay, sorry.
Okay, there are 58, so it could have been possible, but we just don't currently have one in luxury. But maybe next year, who knows?
Okay. So the other one is, I'm currently pursuing my master degree in engineering, and can I apply to ACP to join when I finish? And what about scholarship? Yes, you can, Mohammed Mabsout, you can absolutely, there are no restriction. You can do ACP if you come from each kind of bachelor. You are doing the master degree. Yes, I think it's not a problem. You can do a master in engineering, then also a master in management in ACP. I think it's not a problem. Also, Jeanne, correct me, but you are free to do. You can also, for example, if you would like, you can attend another university from the start. I think it's not. There are no rules. The scholarship are the same. So if you do the master for the next year, as Jeanne showed you before, they are around 80,500 euros per year. So all it's written by there. There are the same one as the other. Yeah, it's correct, Jeanne?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Then we have a question from Audrey Segnat.
I'm going to interrupt, Pietro. I'm going to interrupt. You don't need to answer that. You'll see Audrey had to leave. So can you see that it says Audrey Segnat has left behind her name?
Okay, so
So any
Okay.
of the questions that people have asked and they've left, you can go ahead and skip those. I'll answer them in writing after the session. Okay.
Okay, so I don't see if they have left. So if I took a question like that, can you please just tell me as now?
Okay, sure. So the next two from Audrey, she's left. And then
Okay.
so the next question you would answer is Ruri Shin.
Okay, so we have Ruri Shin. Thanks for your informative speech. I have a couple of questions below. So we will see. I don't see the question below, but
Sorry. Okay, the next person is left, but she just said thank you, or he just said thank you. So then it would be, sorry, Vinit Sheth.
Okay. Is the CAT 2090 score result valid admission even though the CAT score valid any year in India? Jeanne, you know something more about it? I don't know anything.
You know what, that the GMAT scores are valid for at least 2 years, so I would assume that the CAT is as well. But to be sure, Vinit, I'm sorry, you probably should send an email to MIM Global, MIM Global at escp.eu, and I'll type that into the chat box so you have it, just to double check.
Okay. So then we have a question from Mohamed Mabsoud again. What are scholarship sources from students from Lebanon, Aub student? Because you are external to European, I think they are scholarship are a little bit more expensive at around 21,000 euro. If this is the question, but it's just this type of thing. It's not something really different.
I have an idea, Mahmoud. You should write to. We have an ambassador who's from Lebanon. His name is Ribal Muahes, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but you will find his name on our website. I'll pop it into the chat box, but you're gonna have to double check. You can write to him on LinkedIn and see if he has any recommendations for you.
Yeah.
That's his name. Look at our website on the ambassador page and the Meet Us page. You'll see his name and ask him. I think he also went to UB. So, okay, the next guy has left, Pietro. So you see Fayanj.
Okay, Pandey. Hello, unfortunately I couldn't attend the complete webinar. If it's recorded, can I get a copy? Thank you. I think it's yes, as you told Jeanne. Yes, it's recorded.
Yeah, Fayanj will be sending out the recording after the session.
Okay.
The next guy has left, as has the next guy. So the next question would be Muna.
Munaral. Okay. Can the personal statement be written in French? I think it has to be written in English.
Unless it's for the concours d'admission direct, that one is okay in French. That's for the students whose previous studies are in France. Otherwise we want to see it in English. You're correct.
Then we have Vishal Joshi. Hello, I have a raw GRE score. I think I will receive my official score after 11th May. Can I apply with an official score and submit the score card later? I don't know, Jeanne, you know if it's possible?
Yes, it's possible.
Okay, perfect. So you can, Vishal, don't worry.
Yeah.
Then we have Raul Barcha. Hello, is it okay to submit the official GRE and IELTS score after application date? In India, due to COVID situation, regional test dates are postponed by a few days. I think, yes, as mentioned before. Then we have Garance Milton.
That person is left.
So I go to Atul Diwakar.
No, he is left as well. The next one would be Claire. Claire says no.
Claire says no. I was wondering, is it possible to apply now for September 2022? I think
no. No, the application platform will close on May 12th.
Yeah.
And it will open again for next year for the September 2022 intake in early October.
Yeah.
There's a downtime.
Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Prachi Yadav. I'm due.
She left. Sorry, he's
okay.
gone. Next one is Shloka.
Okay, Shloka Sajde. In order to set up a family business in a new country, should one option for a master in management or master in entrepreneurship? So, for example, in my case, I'm attending ESCP as master in management, but for example, for this semester, because in the first year you can still choose one specialization for the second semester, I've chosen to do a specialization in entrepreneurship called Option E Impact Entrepreneurship, that is really connected to set a family business. It was a very good specialization in Turin campus, organized by the professor Alisa Sido, a very good professor also. So I can absolutely suggest to you to do ESCP and make this kind of specialization. You can also have this specialization, I think, in Madrid and in Paris, I think. Yes, you can do both, but master entrepreneurship, maybe it's something more difficult to find, I don't know. ESCP provide you this kind of specialization related to this topic. Then we have Ruri Shin.
The next one you're going to answer is Dumitru.
Dumitru Pakalo.
Yeah.
What are some typical motivation interview questions we should prepare for ESCP? Yeah, as motivation interview, but the typical question is why you chose to do ESCP, why you and no other candidates, or what are your strengths and what are maybe also your weakness. Also by what would you like to do in 10 days, where do you see your profile in 10 days, what kind of industry you like, what kind of sector, what are your interests, what have you done in the past years as studies, this kind of typical question that they can be made to people. So those are generally. I don't know, maybe Jeanne, would you like to add something more?
Those are definitely the most important, basically, but we want to make sure, yeah, what we're looking for is a fit. We want to make sure that you're the right fit for us, but we're also the right fit for you. So that's what we're trying to determine, just to make sure that we can give to you what you need to help you reach your goals.
Yeah. Then we have okay,
Faiza.
is sorry?
Faiza?
Okay, Faisal Joshi. No, we have done it. We have in where is no, okay, Garance Milton is left. Atul. Okay, it's Faiza.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, Faisal Haouk. Do we have to indicate which campus we want while applying? Yes. You have to make your preference, absolutely. There is the specific section to say that. Then we have Thomas Pakeko. I heard about apprenticeship track. Can you tell us something about that? Jeanne, you know something more about apprenticeship track?
Yeah, I already talked about it. You have to be an EU national. You have to speak fluent French. It's work study, so you're working and studying at the same time. It's great learning experience, and it's great financially because you get paid while you're working, and the company that is hiring you as an apprentice is paying your fees. So it's a very good opportunity if you meet the eligibility requirements.
Yeah. Then we have okay. Then we have Claire. She's not again. And if we apply through ESCP test as SHL, is it possible to do apprenticeship in French after? yes, I think it's not a problem.
Yeah, that's two unrelated things. I don't see that there's no relation in those two
Yeah,
things.
yeah, it's yeah.
I would just say one thing, Claire. By the sound of your name, it seems like you're French. In which case, if you live in France or a French-speaking country, chances are that you would have to apply to the Paris campus. And currently, the Paris campus is the only campus that is not accepting SHL tests. So if you're applying to the Paris campus, you have to submit a GMAT or a GRE or a CAT, etc. Just so you know that.
Yes.
The next one will be Axel, please.
Axel Bezeler. Okay. What is the acceptance rate of ACP? I don't know it, but I think we can maybe tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's about, I have to get the statistic once in a while because I tend to look at statistics from how many people apply to how many are admitted, but that doesn't take everybody into account. It's something like 30% is the acceptance rate. So you have a 1 out of 3 chances of being accepted.
No. How much? Sorry?
30%.
Okay. 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 Then we have the second one. The after one is Jose. I've been tested positive to COVID-19. I'm so sorry. So sorry, Jose. I'm not able to do the French test now. Can I submit it later, please? I don't know, Jeanne, maybe there is some particular rules in this situation for COVID-19?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're unable to answer that question, Jose. Well, firstly, we don't have a French test, so I'm not really sure what you're referring to. We do have the English test and the management tests, but you're going to have to write to, so I guess you have not yet submitted your application. So you're going to need to write to whom? It depends. Just write to international admissions, and I will type the address in the chat box and ask them the question because I really don't know. Sorry about that. So it's just in case you can't see, the chat box is international-admissions with an S at escp.eu. Okay, the next one,
Yes.
Kushan.
We go to Kushan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry, Jose, again for your situation. Hope you are fine. Kugusha Gagra Parashar. Other than Lords in join a school option, is there any difference between EDA and join in school in terms of acceptance? I don't get the question, sorry. Maybe Jeanne, you know something more?
Yeah. He's asking the difference between the EDA and join a school in France, the two different admissions paths in terms of acceptance.
Oh,
and that is, yeah, you wouldn't. We don't have a preference as to which you choose. The advantage of going with EDA is that you're working with us from the very beginning. You're in contact with us from the very beginning. Whereas with the Join a School in France, it's an outside organization that is processing admissions, processing applications for 5 different business schools. So they don't know us as well as we do ourselves, obviously. But we don't have a preference.
Okay. Then we have Shivam. Okay, so hello, I've submitted my application through SAI portal, but due to pandemic situation in India, so couldn't take the GMAT exam before the deadline, but I have uploaded the GMAT registration proof date, which I will be taking in June, and my all application are good. How much can be the chance to get in selected for the interview process?
So the issue is whether he's going to be able to submit the GMAT in time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that there will be any,
Yeah.
yeah, I know in India it's really bad right now, and I'm very sorry about that as
Yeah.
well. That process is being managed by Join a School in France, so you're going to have to write to them. Last year they did make a lot of concessions because it was, you know, new, and everyone was trying to deal with the just, you know, really brand new situation. Unfortunately, we've been going through it for a year now, as everyone knows, but we've kind of gotten used to it, and the systems are down so that there are online exams available. So I'm not sure if they're allowing concessions this year. You're just going to have to write to the Join a School in France team. And I don't have their email address, but you should have it in your information. You're going to have to write to the Join a School in France team, because since you chose that admissions path, then we can't really influence it, because you're applying to 5 different business schools, not just us.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have Louis Kogel. Do I need an English certificate even through my entire master degree in Switzerland was through in English? Yes, I think yes. You have to be you have to have a certification in terms of language. It's correct, Jeanne?
Yeah, unless you've studied in an English-speaking country.
Yeah, you have to be something that certificate your level. Yeah.
The good news is it'll be really easy for you since you studied in English.
So there is a question from Axel Bezeler from me. Can you give some tips to strengthen the application? Can you give some tips about the interview? How did you experience your application? So for application, what I would like to say to you is that you have to be absolutely, completely free to say and write what have you done, completely transparency, completely be trust, play a fair role. So you have to be absolutely also aware about what have you done while you write it or you say it. Don't be shy, just explain all that you have done in this year, in this past year, something that is relevant, for example, something abroad or something good in your countries. For example, you do also, I don't know, charity, for example, something particular. Underline some maybe aspect of your life that you think could be different from maybe other people, other students. Underline your also expectation of ACP, your willingness to be part of ACP, and maybe the fact that the international context, the fact you would like to move, discover new reality. There are no strengths in the application. The application is something really equal to all students, so the application form is the same one. You can be maybe more powerful while doing the interview because it's just you and the people that are examining you, so make the exam to you. So maybe in the interview you have to make this kind of suggestion that I tell to you before, in order to also make a good image to the people and show your best profile as possible. And my experience in your application was as yours, so online, and then a part of the interview. I made an interview on site, so really not on a Skype conversation or on a call. It was a little bit more maybe stressful, I think, but it was really good. I'm good to speak, so I'm not good to speak, sorry. I'm good in the situation while speaking. I don't want to make the role of, okay, I'm not good to do something. I'm good in the situation when there is situation to speaking. So I also liked this kind of process. In the application, I've spent many times in order to write the best thing as possible, the best experience that I had, also in a very polite and a correct way, and also be aware about the documents that I have to send to university. So this was my kind of experience that I would like to tell you. I hope to have answered to your question also.
Next
Can
one
on,
is you're going to skip forward to Dumitru, but you're not going to know the answer to that question because it's very specific.
can we
Uh,
combine? Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's asking, can we combine the apprenticeship with the Talent Spring program? Talent Spring is not very well known. It's actually not a program, it's an admissions path that was developed specifically for students who have had difficulties in carrying out a normal education, i.e. they've had a lengthy illness. So for someone who has had a situation where, you know, they've had to kind of go out of this, perhaps the academic, the school, the schooling system, and then come back in, and for that reason, yeah, it's difficult for them to be judged in the same way as other students. We created this special admissions path called Talent Spring. It's only an admissions path to Dimitri. It has nothing to do with the apprenticeship program. So if you're admitted, if you apply through Talent Spring because you are in that instance where you had some difficulties in your studies up until now, then you can apply for the apprenticeship program afterwards.
Okay.
No, Alessio has left. I think, wait, let me tell you the next one because a lot of people have left. Tomas Pacheco is the next one again. And I don't know the answer to that question, sorry.
Sorry?
I don't know the answer to his question.
Do we need to do all the 4 part of GMAT or just the verbal and quantitative that just give the? No, I think you have to be you have to do the complete GMAT, not just one part of. No, you have to be you have to have the complete one, no, not a part. Then we have Parashar. Also, is there is any specific documentation that is needed for scholarship? Yes. You have, I think, in Italy there is a process. I don't know for other countries. So I think absolutely yes, but I don't know which kind of documents. So I don't know this kind of thing. Maybe Jeanne, you know something more about that?
It depends on the scholarship. They'll tell you what they need. Some of them need like proof of your your income. So it could be an income tax statement. It could be lots of different things. It depends on the scholarship source. So unfortunately, can't answer that question.
Yeah. Then we have Alicia Shobo. Is that fee university specific? I don't understand the question. Is that fee, which kind of fee? I don't know.
I don't know, Alicia, if she's talking about the fees, as in the tuition fees at ESCP Business School. No, they're not university specific. I don't remember anything else that I talked about in terms of fees that could be university specific. So Alicia, if you could rephrase the question perhaps, because I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Mohamed Masoud, you're welcome. Then we have Luca Brancaleoni. How important is the SHL exam in the admission process? I think it will count about 20 or 10% on the total, because 40 is the application, 40 is the interview, and the rest part is English and SHL, something like that. So it is not a very high percentage or a high weight, despite, for example, the interview or the application that you send, but is a part of. So if you will do it well, there are other points on your application process. So be more prepared and do the best for example, interview, absolutely, but as SHL is important as the other part. Also, if it can a little bit less, but it's important. Then we have Raul Barcha, yes or not? I didn't get it. Raul, what can, okay. Hello, is it okay to submit official GRE and IELTS after? Yeah, it's good, don't worry. Yeah, we have answered, it's good, don't worry, you can. Then we have Mohamed Mabsoud again. I graduate from Master Engineering when I can, Master in December, when I when can I join ECP? Can I join in parallel in fall? Can I start in spring, or should I wait fall 2022? I think you can't do in parallel, so you have to finish your master degree, apply, and then we'll join ACP in case. So if you graduate on December on 2021, if you just graduate and the first month you have just to discuss the thesis or just to wait, it's good. But if you have to attend other lessons and do exams in the other university, I think it's not possible with ACP. And in that case, you have to wait until the next year. In case you have just to graduate and wait to that, it's not a problem. I think it's correct. Jeanne, is it good?
I believe so, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, theoretically, you only need, definitely, if there's a conflict in class, it doesn't work because attendance in class is mandatory. But I mean, you only need a bachelor degree in order to apply for the master in management. So if your master's isn't finished, theoretically, it's possible.
Yeah, it's a particular case. Your case is particular, but I think it's good. Yeah. So Anna Maria Dumitru. If I did not get the desired GMAT score, but I'm planning to take the exam again at the end of May, is it possible to apply without the GMAT score? Jeanne, you know something about that?
I do, and it's not possible. You need to have all the scores when you apply.
Okay. You're welcome, Thomas. You're welcome, Claire. You're welcome, Jose. Kushagar Parashar, letter of recommendation. There is no question, sorry. Then we have Shivam. So the first is actually, even I'm COVID positive, so I couldn't give the GMAT test on time, and now I'm so sad about that. Sorry. Test on time, and now to be postponed the exam, but all the other application has been accepted by SAA. Application portal to application is before. Just wanted to know the chance for the interview. Jeanne, we have answered to a question similar.
Yeah, it's the same. You're going to have to contact SAI or join a school in France. That's really, they manage that process.
Yeah.
So good luck.
So I'm so sad about that you have test positive. Shivam, just take a rest, and I hope you are good. We hope you are good. Yes, I'm going to give my exam on 3rd June 2021. Okay. Then we have Louis Kogel. Thanks, true, it might be easy. Still, I'm a bit short of time. Thanks for your great presentation. Welcome. Dimitro, you're welcome. Thomas, thank you for your answer to our double to leave, but we okay. Thank you,
Thomas. The next
Thomas.
question is from Bagav. Please.
Is from okay. I have done great. I hope grade score also accept. I'm right. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Jeanne, you would like to answer to the question?
Yeah, it's yes. GRE is also accepted. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have again Mohammed. I didn't get if I can start in spring 2021 the master in management. No, you can't. You have to start from the fall semester from September. You can join spring one. Yes. Yes. Can we join spring, or should it start fall? Fall, absolutely. And then we have Shivam. Thank you. You're welcome. So I think we have finished the question.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pietro. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation and your great questions today. I really appreciate it. And again, we'll be sending you out. You'll be receiving the recording later today, or worst case tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see you on campus someday.
Yeah, in some occasion with ACP networking. Guys, as I mentioned before, just to remind you, feel free to contact me in case on LinkedIn. My name is Italian, so Pietro Brondello. You've maybe see it on the presentation. All is covered in this seminar, well organized by Jeanne always. So, but if you have other question or other things, just contact me. Yeah, that's my name with Chuel, my surname with Chuel, and just feel free to contact me. And it was a very good moment, and today hope to be helpful to you, absolutely, with the support of Jeanne, absolutely. So thank you for your attention.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
By the organization. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye to all. Ciao.
Ciao.